What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders, and we're back here with another episode today. And to start things off, I remember when I talked about in the previous episode about the Islanders, for some reason scoring goals or winning games when they get outshot. I did not have the stats at that time. I did not have the time to look it up. But I do have the stats now, and it is just insane to look at. So, when the shots are even, the Islanders are 1-0-1 on the year. Perfectly average, Just right there, you have one loss in overtime and one win. That's good. When the Islanders outshoot their opponent, they are 2-9-2. That is dog shit. That is horrible. And yet that is what they do when they outshoot. And here's the craziest. When the Islanders are getting outshot, they are 11-1 on the year. What the hell? What the hell is that, man? That is just crazy to think about. Hopefully the Islanders continue to get outshot. And, we had a comment, and I really, it does make sense. I really agree with it. Said, when you're winning the game up, you kind of settle down, you play a more defensive structured game, and you handle the game. You play at your pace, so you're not taking as many shots compared to when you're losing, you're firing nonstop, which is definitely true. But there is also, other times when you're just out shooting nonstop and scoring. But yeah, the Islanders, man, they're a team to be reckoned with when they're getting outshot, and they're a weak opponent when they're out shooting their team. So that is just insane to me that you're so much better when you're getting outshot compared to when you are out shooting teams. And whatever works, do whatever works. And the Islanders are finding ways to win when they're getting outshot, and they're finding ways to lose when they outshoot the opponent. So it's definitely just a weird thing. And we saw Patrick Waugh literally say that in that Lightning game, he thought that they did not play as good. And yet that's the game they win. So it's just funny to really think about and all that stuff. But yeah, the Islanders, man, that is just an insane stat. You do not see that often, that a team is so much better when they're getting outshot. I mean, 11-1 when the opposition has more shots than the Islanders. That is crazy. 2-9-2. It's mind-boggling. I knew it was big when I said it yesterday. I didn't realize how big the stat was there. And yeah, that's enough to be said right there. That is enough to be said right there. And then next up, will Matthew Schaefer make Team Canada in the Olympics? Will the NHL players even go to the Olympics? I don't know if you guys have been following that up recently, but somehow Milan in Italy doesn't have the stadium done. I don't know what the hell is going on there, how they don't have the stadium done. And then it's like 3 to 4 feet smaller than what the rink is supposed to be or something. I mean, what the hell? What the hell's going on in Milan, Italy? They've had time and time to get the stadium done, and they're not doing it. I mean, that is really, really bad. Who the hell, that's mind-boggling in itself as well. But John Cooper, if the NHL does go to the Olympics, who knows what's going to happen there. But John Cooper had this to say about Matthew Schaefer maybe potentially making Team Canada in the Olympics, and this is what he had to say. He told Andrew Gross that he's watching out of the corner of his eye a little more than I would other games when the Lightning play Matthew Schaefer and the Islanders. And then Schaefer, who would have thought he would be this good? Only playing 17 games last year in the OHL to come straight up into the NHL as a defenseman and be playing this good, where you might even make the Olympics as a rookie? Hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, that is something. Now, I don't know if he will make the Olympics. I'm going to say he probably won't make the Olympics because we've been hearing rumors that Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard won't make the Olympics, and that's insane. Those guys are tearing it up, but if they're not in the Olympics for Team Canada, then Canada, doesn't deserve to win. Unless it gives Bo Horvat a chance to play, but I don't, it's whatever. But yeah, so the fact that Schaefer is even getting looked at by Team Canada for the Olympics is an insane achievement. That is insane. An 18-year-old playing for Team Canada at the Olympics, oh man. And if it's an Islander, that is something. That is something special. And, kid's special. He's He's everything the Islanders needed. That's the fact. The Islanders needed a player like him to come to the team, breathe new life into the franchise, and he has done exactly that. And it's just great to see. So we'll have to wait and see if John Cooper decides to bring Schaefer on for the Olympics. We'll have to wait and see. I certainly hope he does. I mean, he lost out on the opportunity to play in the World Juniors for Canada when he got injured. This is the time now. Imagine if it's in the Olympics, though. And then also, the Islanders and Hofstra have announced a 5-year deal between the two of them. I'm not sure what the deal entitles or anything like that, but it's good. Hofstra's, right around UBS Arena, very close. A lot of alumni work for the Islanders. They were very big into the radio broadcasting with the Islanders. They helped along with that. So, just not a lot to talk about. Just something interesting that Hofstra and the Islanders have now a 5-year deal. And then finally, before I wrap it up, J.G. Pageau has started skating again. So hopefully he can get back onto the ice very quickly. I think that is, getting him back is much needed. I think he brings a lot to the Islanders as, a forward, being able to play defensively. He's just somebody that you rather have on the team than not. He's somebody who's been playing great to start the year, and losing him hurt, especially when you have Palmieri out as well. I think we need Pageau back quicker, and it's good that he's obviously you don't want him back when he's still injured. You don't want to risk anything there. But it's good that he is getting ready and he's skating on the ice, and hopefully he'll be able to come back very soon. And now that's really going to be it. Not a lot to talk about for the Islanders. Obviously, they play the Colorado Avalanche now. They will be playing the Avalanche today. I mean, I'm not making that mistake anymore. They will be playing the Avalanche tomorrow right now for me, but when this video uploads, they will be playing the Avalanche on that day. So we don't want to make that mistake anymore. So the Islanders will be playing the Avalanche today. I'm going to have to remember to say today, even when it's a day before for me. It feels weird. It feels weird, but that's what we're going to have to do. And the Avalanche, man, holy crap, are the Avalanche good. 19 wins, 1 regulation loss, 6 overtime losses. Ooh, my goodness. I mean, that team is unbelievable. How many points is that? That is 44 points. In 26 games, the Avalanche have points in 25 of them. What the? I mean, there is no tougher challenge than that for the Islanders. No tougher challenge. Brock Nelson will make his first return to Long Island in this game as well. I'm sure he'll be getting a big round of applause. And a much-deserved round of applause. He did great things for the Islanders. I'm excited to see Brock Nelson back on Long Island now for the Islanders, and it is as the Avalanche, and the Avalanche are just freaking unreal this year, man. Wow, that is crazy. I mean, I've checked, and they just get better and better. Obviously, the Islanders are right here, point out of the play, or, they're tied for the playoffs, obviously. Have 2 games. They played 2 more games than the Penguins, who they're tied with. Devils are at 33 points. Same amount of games played. You'll play the 1 extra. And so it's going to be tough. But I believe that the Islanders, hopefully with that win against Tampa Bay, it gets you moving, it gets you motivated, it gets you going. We'll have to wait and see, though. So that's going to do it all for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. And then, as always, let's go Islanders.